I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team meteorologist Kathy Sabine here in the 9 News Weather Center on a busy Thursday. Lots of news, lots of weather today. Yesterday we had a weak weather system across the state that brought temperatures down. We enjoyed a cooler day with temperatures in the low to mid 80s, actually seasonal highs for much of the afternoon. Today the weather is headed in the other direction. It's all about heat, wind, and fire danger. Oh yeah, and smoke. Let's talk about it. Outside right now we're starting to see a little bit of the smoke and haze descend on the city from the western suburbs and foothills. Wildfire smoke approaching Colorado on the southwest flow out of California in the desert southwest. We're seeing a little bit of blue over some of the higher peaks up there in the Continental Divide, where temperatures so far are in the mid 60s and mid 70s. So far the high in Denver at 85, but we do expect to go into the low 90s by early this afternoon, and average highs this time of year are actually in the lower 80s. DIA showing gusty winds out of the southwest to 20 and 25 miles per hour, 85 degrees, and low humidity. Humidity values will continue between about 10 and 15% throughout the afternoon. And so with the wind, the warmth we're expecting today, the lack of moisture, critical fire weather conditions setting up, and prime conditions for grass fire scenarios. So we need to all be very vigilant and very careful. You can see the humidity value forecast not really changing a whole lot, as the winds out of the southwest will kind of dry out the atmosphere and take out any moisture from any clouds that might be passing through, and there are very few of those on the radar and satellite. So there is a red flag warning out for today for the potential for wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Humidity values running, as I mentioned, in the low to mid-teens. And with that smoke plume approaching from the southwest and southern California, the worst of it's indicated by yellow, orange, and red highlights. And you're seeing how that's where the plume is moving into western Colorado throughout the day today, descending on the Denver metro area. So really bad air for those with allergies, asthma, respiratory issues. Older folks, just keep the windows closed and stay indoors when the smoke descends on the city this afternoon and evening. It's going to go through the overnight hours on the southwest flow, and then the heavier plume will shift north of us as we get into the first part of the day tomorrow, but it doesn't really scour completely out. I think the smoke will add to poor air quality for much of the day on Friday as well. High pressure is kind of repositioning over the state. And with that southwest flow coming in, we have a center of circulation to the north and west of us, but really all eyes have been on the Gulf of Mexico. That Category 2 Hurricane Francine made landfall yesterday around 6 o'clock, about 30 miles southwest of Morgan City, Louisiana. And New Orleans still dealing with relatively catastrophic flooding and a storm surge 5 to 7 feet. The system has moved inland, tropical depression status, with the outer bands producing severe thunderstorms and also isolated tornadoes. So that's the biggest threat with tropical depression Francine. Winds down to 35 miles per hour, so the interaction with land has weakened it considerably, but the flood threat, the rain threat, will continue up the Mississippi River Valley and possibly into the Tennessee River valleys as well. So moisture going to be hard to come by for Colorado. The center of circulation stays north of us, so all eyes really on the Gulf, the Carolinas, northern Florida, where you see the vivid colors or where we're expecting the heaviest precipitation and the weather that will impact travel for those of you outside of Colorado. The convective threat, severe weather is likely Panama City to Montgomery, just to the west of Jacksonville for today. That's where the isolated tornado threat is. And notice here in Colorado on Futurecast, we don't even have much in the way of cloud cover for moisture. So temperatures today are forecast to run above average by about 10 degrees. 82 is our average high. We'll look for 91 in Denver. Look at that, mid 90s in southeastern Colorado, 60s and 70s in the Colorado High Country, and 80s out across the Grand Mesa and western slope. Lows tonight, mid 50s, some 40s on the map. Up high, how about 32 in Gunnison, 35 in Steamboat. Forecast for Denver, red flag warning, critical fire weather, hot, windy, and dry with highs well above average. Record today 94. Hopefully we don't get close to that. Tonight clear, and we've got a weak front coming in, so that actually means cooler weather for us on Friday, which is wonderful news. We'll take it. We still will have that terrible smoke plume to deal with on Friday, but a high of 82 to end the week, and then a big football weekend, the Rocky Mountain Showdown on Saturday, 5:30 in Fort Collins. Temperatures in the mid-80s when the guys take the field, and then the Broncos take the field on Sunday at 2:25 against the Steelers. A dry forecast, a warm forecast, and really temperatures continue in the mid-80s. We do see a shift in the pattern at the end of next week, kind of an early preview of fall. Between now and then, critical fire weather, and so with the fire threat, good to sign up for emergency alerts when we have a day like this. Avoid anything with a spark outside and have a go kit ready and just be aware of your surroundings. It's hard to believe we're talking about fire danger in September, but unfortunately fire danger is something that we cover every month out of the year here in Colorado. And so something to look forward to next week, a major shift in the pattern, maybe an early preview of fall. Some of the models hinting at temperatures in the 60s and lower 70s. No snow in the forecast yet, though, at least down here. We'll have much more on the critical fire weather today, plus all the day's news today on the networks of 9 News. And you can watch for me and your weather forecast right here on 9 News at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock tonight. We'll have everything for you right here when you need it. In the meantime, have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.